So I'm back. So I wanted to make this reaction video. Now I am somebody who don't do reaction videos. This might only be this either probably my first or second reaction videos. It's not something I usually do, but I wanted to make this video because it kind of touched me and I felt like I needed to speak on this and give some advice on it. So this is StephIsCold. Shout out to you. I am using your video, fair use, fair use. You react, I mean, in this video, you're reacting to somebody's video, so you understand the game of reaction and reacting to what people say. So, uh, so the main reason why I'm making this video is because Steph, he titled or he basically was saying in the video that the ranking of the best way to get women is fame, looks, and then money. Because it's been a big topic that's been talked about before. What gets you the most women? Is it looks? Is it money? Is it fame? Is it mouthpiece? Is it game? That's one thing he didn't touch on in this, but I know a lot of people, shout out to like people like Mr. Lucario who like to say that your mouthpiece is the number one thing. So, which I disagree with too. But because I do one thing me and Steph we do agree on is fame is number one, definitely. And another reason why I'm making this video is because arguing with people in the comments is couple it was even somebody that was dumb enough to say that they rank looks over money and fame, and I'm like, you crazy to think that. And then somebody else was like, yeah, Chad can take anybody, girl. And if you don't know, Chad is basically the word for like a good looking. It's usually for white boys though. The black version would be like Tyrone, but basically somebody who looks good, like the captain of the football team, a jock type of person. He's saying that would take anybody girl, and I'm like, no, that's not true. Because the reason why I put looks last briefly, because I'm gonna break down the video and explain it more. It's because looks is a subjective. The number one, just because like nobody looks good to everybody. And then somebody tried to comment, well, there is some people who universally attractive. And I'm like, yeah, but not really. Like there is some people that everybody can announce, like, yeah, they're attractive, but there's a big difference between being attractive and somebody tight. Just because you're attractive don't mean that you would talk to the person. Perfect example, like perfect example would be like I heard a couple girls who that said like let's say it's a white girl that only talks to black dudes. She can acknowledge that white men is attractive. Like she can say like, oh, what's the name? I forgot his name. Off of Thor off of Avengers. She could say that he's attractive, but that still don't change the fact that she wouldn't talk to him. Like you get what I'm saying? Like there's the perfect example too for me is Rihanna. Sorry, all the Rihanna fans. One of my boys, he think Rihanna is the most beautiful woman in the world. I think that she is attractive. I'm not gonna say that Rihanna is ugly, but she's not somebody that I would like talk to. If Rihanna was a regular person, like yeah, if we just happen to talk, I'll talk to her, but I would still be pursuing women that's my type. You get what I'm saying? So it's like nobody is universally attracted because looks is so subjective. The same for bald head, like, and then even though like a lot of bald head men is have confidence and masculine. You look at Michael Jordan or Tupac or a bunch of different people who bald head, and then I think even Jeff Bezos is who make money and stuff. But there's a lot of women who just won't talk to men who bald. Like regardless of them being attractive and they can be ripped and everything. That's why I feel like there's no way that looks can be ahead of money or fame. Now, when it come down to game, we'll get to that in a minute because that one kind of a toss up. But it's because looks is so subjective. But hands down, status is number one. Because my perfect example is, I always say this. Now, let's take Chris Brown and Denzel Washington. If Chris Brown and Denzel Washington worked at Walmart, looked the exact same, but worked at Walmart, do y'all think they would have women throwing themselves at them? They would probably get women. I'm not gonna say that, but do you think that they would have like how they have now, be a sex symbol? like have women throwing themselves. You think like if Chris Brown worked at the Walmart, there would just be women all day coming into Walmart just to see him because he looks so good. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, no, it's really the fame. And perfect example before I review this Steph video, I got this up. Now, perfect example is Tupac. We already know women love Tupac. A lot of women consider Tupac a sex symbol. You know, women love Tupac. But I'm gonna let Tupac explain looks versus fame for you.
A lot of girls, they've seen my face on TV so many times that that's what they want. They want to be associated with that person. It's the thing that gets people. It is not me. It's the thing. Because I've watched females look at me when they didn't know who I was, and I could see it, nothing. And then as soon as somebody whispered who I was, it's this glare in the eye. You make yourself want that person, you know? How do you feel about that? Understand how people can stand next to you 1 year and next year they cannot stand it. They're just going crazy straight. They just can't take it that you're right there. But just last year, I was in the same club, walking around lonely like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't get a drink, couldn't get nobody to dance with me. I was too skinny, he's something. And now he's just adorable. He's just, oh. A lot of girls, they've seen my face on TV.
So there you go. Tupac just explained it perfectly. It's the fame that get women. Like Tupac said, he was the same person in the club looking the exact same, couldn't get no women. He have a hit song, now all of a sudden women is all over him. So I think we can pretty much wrap it up. Like I said, me and Steph, we do agree on this one. That fame, that fame is number one. That's why so many people want to become rappers. That's why so many people want to get famous. Because you famous, no matter how you look, you're going to have groupies. You're going to have women throwing themselves at you. Perfect example that I just thought about before I make this video is Biggie Smalls. We know, like Biggie said, fat and black as ever. However, like we already know Biggie was 300 pounds with a lazy eye and everything. And he had three bitches. Like he had three women. He had Faith Evans, Lil Kim, and Charlie Baltimore at the same time. You think he would be able to do that if he wasn't famous? We know it ain't the looks. And then Biggie had money, but Biggie didn't have money like that because we know he was in his first album and everything like that. Like, Biggie wasn't like an NBA player. Like, he wasn't rich like that. It was the fame. You can't overcome fame. So we can knock that one out already. So, but let's get into the whole looks and versus money situation.
Because people don't be real about this part. It's not always a spending game. I had to explain this to somebody one time. Anytime a woman wants to deal with a man, it's not always about the money. Sometimes I genuinely just want to get a nut and have a great time and go on about my life. It's not always about, oh, what can I get out of him? Is he gonna pay my bills tomorrow? Sometimes I just want to genuinely have a ball and see you later and never see you again. But every woman, well, not every woman, most women like to act like, oh, if I'm giving it up, he got to do this and he got, girl, no, he don't. Everyone is not doing it.
See, I love that you share your truth. Hold on.
Cheers for me. Cheers to the truth.
Cheers to the truth. There's some niggas that get lucky and get the fuck for free and have a good time. Yeah.
It's cool. Like,
but that shit hurt when you the nigga who spent all the money and you find out a nigga fuck for free though.
I mean, now I have heard that story and I get it, but it's like, I don't hate the play, I hate the game. Like the old saying, like, you know what I'm saying? It comes down to that. Like, hey, you just wasn't the one, but you got some.
Right.
So just be grateful.
I be wondering, like, women don't like feel bad, like one nigga spent all of this money and then the next nigga didn't. Like, y'all don't give a fuck, huh?
No, like, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's an even exchange anyway. So everybody's satisfied. Like, why you worried about what you doing?
Right.
Why you worried about like, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the original video that he reacting to. So I wanted to talk about this because this is um a strong topic too. So what you're saying in the video is definitely true. I have experience, I have heard about it. It's definitely true that a woman will make one man pay and another man not pay. That's why I always tell people, well, tell men, you need to figure out if she's attracted to you or not. And this is why attraction does matter because yeah, one dude will be paying while another dude not paying. Now, it goes two ways though. This really only matters for one is if you're trying to make it the girl your girlfriend or trying to have a relationship. Now, if you in a relationship with a girl or trying to make her your wife, the number one thing you need to make sure is that yes, she's attracted to you. Definitely. But if it's the terms of you just trying to hit, or it kind of is what it is, you somebody like you really don't care, you might have other women or got a girlfriend, then it kind of really don't matter as much because your whole objective is you just trying to hit, you're trying to get enough. You really don't care what she got going on or whatever. And then um, two, see, but then you have to remember, unfortunately, this is, whole babble, whole talk, because like I said, I forgot her name. I think her last name Banks or whatever. Like, unfortunately, you have to be a black woman too. Like, just thinking like a man, like more whole culture, basically talking about, oh, then she said even exchange. And then she called herself up then right there because it's not an even exchange, because the even exchange you just said was with the dude that wasn't paying. You got a nut, he got a nut. That's an even exchange. The dude who's paying, he getting a nut and you getting a nut plus he's paying. So it's not an even exchange or not more. And then she said, "Well, you still got it." Yeah, that I said if you a dude who don't care, then you shouldn't care about what the other dude doing, and it shouldn't matter. But like I said, if you actually like the girl or trying to really talk to her, that's when it kind of matters for real. Or if you're dealing with her on a consistent basis, because you have to assume, because like I said, if it's a one nighter, you just trying to hit her something, or it's a little tricking thing, then you should just assume that with her past boyfriends and past people that somebody didn't hit it for free before. But like I said, this is whole talk. He was muted for a minute.
She's 1000% correct. Why are you worried about him? You shouldn't even be worried about him. And to be honest, bro, I'm just gonna be real with you guys, man. You know, it's one of those things where it's like you're paying regardless. You just gotta get the best bang. The truth is, bro, you paying whether you want to agree with it or not. But it's all about getting the best bang for your buck, though. It's all about being in the right environment and being in the right places. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always stress this, right? I'll always stress this. I stress this so much to you guys because we in the new modern days. The days of old, it's not the same no more. So what I mean by that is this, bro. And this is what I specifically mean. You have to be in an environment where there is 7 women to 1 man. If you are not in that type of environment, you will not last in this dating game, bro. In real life, online dating, it has to be the same ratio. If you don't have that, bro, you are in the wrong environment. So what that means, when you're in the wrong environment, you have to do more that is required, i.e., paying while this dude gets it for free. He's not getting it for free. He's just in the right environment. Chicks like him. Chicks find him desirable. Chicks find him attractive.
And then this is another thing I forgot about. Like you said that you end up paying regardless, and it is the saying all men pay, which is true, is that usually the dude who's not paying, he's paying with his time and attention and everything else because he's usually in the boyfriend category. That's what she forgot. He didn't really ask her. She didn't touch on more, even though she did say she just want a nut and go about your day. So she wouldn't look for, like I said, this is just straight, whole talk of girls who just out here just tricking, out here fucking, not looking to get married, not looking for a relationship, the type of women that's only good for sex anyway. So, I mean, it is what it is. But for most women, if you're not paying, it's usually because they put you in the boyfriend category or they want it to be more type of things to where you might even be taking her on dates or talking to her on the phone all of the time or something like that. Usually is when it comes in because usually she likes you. That's why she don't want you to pay. And she want things to progress more and she want to keep you around and stuff like that. So you end up being put into the boyfriend relationship type of category. No, because we all know that it's rare that a woman can that a man like we know that, and I you some people gonna try to deny, but we all know that you not just walking up to women and just saying, yeah, I'm just trying to fuck, and they just let you know, and they like, oh, okay, come on, and just let you fuck, and you don't have to do absolutely nothing. We know that that rarely, if ever, happens to anybody, and anybody who disagree, I dare you to make a video, put it on YouTube, and I want to see you approach 10 random women and don't say nothing else, but I'm trying to fuck. What's up? Do you know, like, what's up? And let's see how that goes. So, most of us know, even if a girl is a hoe, she's still gonna play the game with you. It's either gonna be for money, like yeah, or she's gonna want you at least put in some time or something. Like I said, it'd be a whole different world if men could just get sex that easy as women can. If it's just as easy as walking up to a woman and saying, "Yeah, I want some," and she give it to you. No, we know that that's usually not how it go. It's either you're gonna be tricking her, you going towards the boyfriend route to where you paying, like I said, with your time and energy. Then you have to actually pretend like you like her and want to be with her and all of that extra stuff. So that's the caveat to that. Um, Most of the time, the dude who not paying, he not paying because he's probably the boyfriend or in the boyfriend category. He don't want to actually being with her. But then you gotta think about it. I wouldn't want to be that dude if it's that because basically the girl is still fucking and like you giving her your attention and giving her boyfriend energy, and another dude just giving her a couple of dollars and fucking her and sending her home. I wouldn't want to be that dude. I would only want to be the dude, like, yeah, if you messing with a hoe like her to where you don't have to spend no money or be with her. You can just come over, hit real quick, and go fuck with your other hoes. Yeah, that's the perfect situation. But we know most, unless you fucking with a ho like her, then that's not gonna happen for most women.
So he not it ain't free. He still gotta talk, he still gotta have mouthpiece. It's just he get the sweet watery guts wet. While your money isn't doing anything for you, but just giving you access. Like she said at the end, you still got something because yeah, he still clapped too. But it's not the same. It's not the genuine burning desire. Okay. And in order for you to get the genuine burning desire, she has to find you desirable. She has to find you attractive. She has to find you, oh, he gets me so wet. Right? And if you don't have that, then you're not going to do that for her. I don't care how much money you got. See, it used to be looks, money, status. It's status, looks, money now. Money is last. It's status, looks, then money. Right? Because money gives you access. Right? But status gives you that pre-qualification.
And yeah, so that's why most of the video, like I said, he's gonna be talking about mainly status more so than the looks versus money debate. He touched on it a little bit even right there with what he's saying. Money don't get her, wet like looks do. So that's kind of the basically, like I said, he really touched on status, which I agree with him. Status is number one, which I already explained. But getting to what he said about money being last because money only gets you access. This is why I say that I put money over looks. Personality is a whole nother thing. I ain't trying to make this video too long to include that, but that probably will still be last. And I'll explain why at the end of this video. But reason why I put money over looks is that something that he forgot and he didn't think about is that money contributes to your looks. That's what he forgot, that money enhances your looks. Looks don't enhance your money unless you're a male model, which we know that's rare. Now, if you're a woman, looks can get you money, yeah. But as a man, your looks 9 times out of 10 not gonna get you money unless you, like I said, a model, which is like 1% less probably than 1% of men. So that's really the difference to me to why money over looks just right there because money contributes to your looks. Because when we talk about looks, like we always say, we know that there's two things that increase how a man looks. That's the way that he dressed and his, having, being, your haircut or lined up, your facial hair lined up, like having your I can't even think of the word, but like being groomed, well groomed. There you go. You know, them two things, even if you ugly, can boost you up, or even if you look good, boost you down. Like I would say, like a haircut and having some nice clothes on, move you up one or two levels. If you a seven, it can move you to a nine. If it's not, it can move you from a nine to a seven. So, but what is that? Looks. I mean, money. Because you need money to stay well groomed and then to put on nice clothes. Then you think about looking good. You think about putting a chain on, a Rolex. We already know stuff that dudes do to make them look better that you need money for. So that's my whole point when it comes to I can't put looks over money because money enhances your looks. With money you can get your teeth done. Um, liposuction, whatever. Like, you can make yourself look good when you got money. Perfect example is even for women like Glorilla. Remember how Glorilla, that was about her and I think JT from City Girls. Like, look at them before they had money. How crazy they look. Now they got money, Glorilla got her teeth done and all of that type of stuff. So money makes you look better. Like money helps you look good. So that's why I say is that you you can't put looks over money because money contributes to your looks, not vice versa. But we gonna take it from the standpoint if he's strictly talking about if you can only have one, like let's say you take a dude who's and that's another thing I wanted to say. Most time, most famous people got money. Fame and money is usually tied together, too. Because when you think of famous people, it's because they got money, and especially in this society, like how the world is now, where fame gets you money. Because if you famous enough, you got followers, and that gets you money by default. If you famous, you got a bunch of followers on YouTube or Instagram, you get paid, for ads and everything. So most of the time, it's rare that somebody is famous but they don't have money. You get what I'm saying? So it's like both of them usually ties and go hand in hand. So that's a whole another thing too. So money also contributes to your fame when you really look at it. But let's just say you take in, because I agree with that. Let's just say you take a good looking dude with no money and a dude with a lot of money, but he's ugly. Who would get the most women and more attractive women, or attract women the most? Now I will agree, the dude who looks good but broke probably is gonna attract more women, gonna get probably more women initially. He probably gonna get more phone numbers. He probably gonna have more women like wanting to sleep with him quickly just because or trying to be with him. I do agree with that. But I do think the dude that's broke with money can keep the girl longer than the dude who look good and don't have no money. Because I look at it, I say that because of this is that when it comes to looks, also, let me say this is that it's also subjective and matter because it depends on how old the woman is and her race. Perfect example, we know younger women care about looks more so than older women because they're young, they probably still stay with their parents. Like money is they don't have no kids. Money, like they are not in survival mode. So they can more so lean on looks more and care more about looks. You ask a woman like over 28 or something, she cares more about money than she does looks because she know that looks don't pay the bills and she got these bills that need to be paid. So how old the woman is gonna matter more too when it comes to looks versus money. And then race too, sorry to say, but we know that it's true. Black women is the most superficial women. Black women care about looks more than any other race of women. We know this. And a perfect example is because you see it all the time. The nerdy black dude or that's not attractive, he can go get him a white woman or an Asian woman with no problem. He only have problem with black women that find him unattractive, but somehow he finds a white woman that find him attractive. So that's another thing. And it just so happened the girl in the video is black. So you got to take them two things into consideration too. Um, but yeah, so that's my whole point about the whole money versus looks thing, and then looks being so subjective, and then also what I was getting to is that a dude with money Well, I say he could keep a girl longer is that what do you think will keep a girl longer? A dude who walks up to a girl and say, I can pay your rent every month, or the dude who super attractive and look good but can't do nothing for her. And we know we ask most women and poll most women, which is true, is that okay, if you got this dude, you don't find him attractive, but he's gonna pay your rent every month. And then you got this dude that you do think look fine, but he can't do anything for you, not even buy you a cheeseburger. Which one is you gonna take? Most women is going to take the dude that can pay their rent, especially like I said, considering long term. So, and it all depends, like I said, everything is subjective because it depends on if the woman has money or not. Because of course, if the woman got money herself, then of course she's gonna care about looks more than money because she really don't need to do for money. But if it's like how most women, then we even know even women with money still want a man who makes more money than them. So money still matters because like just because a woman got money don't mean that she just don't want a man with money at all. Still, it is some women like that that's okay with being sugar mamas and tricking just like men, but we know we talking in general most of the time. So, but I'm gonna end it with this because I didn't want to make the video too long. Is that you really need all three or all four, including personality, or at least two out of four. I said if you can get two out of the four, you'll be good. If you just got one out of the four, well, if you don't have none of them, you're gonna be an incel. Like if you ugly, don't have money, don't have a personality, and don't have no status, yeah, you're probably gonna be an incel. But even if you have just one, you still gonna struggle because if you have, like I said, fame is hard because it's hard to be famous without having any money. Unless you like low level, like high school fame. That's the only time, like in high school, maybe college, to where you can be famous but not have no money. Like you can be in high school and be, the captain of the football team and not have no money because technically you young because money not a factor yet. But as an adult, most of the time, if you famous, you gonna have money. So I'm just gonna cut that one out. But then when we get into looks, if you got looks but you don't have no personality or no money, um or no fame, you gonna get women, you just gonna get a lot of women trying to talk to you, a lot of first dates, but you're not gonna be able to retain women. You're not gonna be able to keep a woman long term. And then if you somebody who got money but you don't have no personality or don't um have no looks, you just gonna be tricking. Like that just gonna be, you just not gonna have a woman for you, but you gonna still get women because I mean the tricking culture is like you always gonna be able to find a woman to pay to sleep with you. So you just gonna be tricking. And then if you have a personality but don't have money or looks, you gonna be in the friend zone. And I'm out.